Medium format nature photography is not necessarily something I would have really thought of before.
Oh, a bit late for the party, but let's get into it. Medium format, 100 megapixels.
That's
Better AF,
I don't even know what to say.
lightweight, 8 stops of image stabilization.
They let me have a go with it. So that's exciting. I mean, I'm generally quite excited. If you want to see the video for the XT50, then, click up here. I'd also like to say thank you, Fuji, for letting us come down and check out the GFX as well as the XT50, because this place is blooming stunning. Anyway. So I just turned the image stabilization on the lens, and I don't think I've actually been as impressed with image stabilization off the bat. It's almost like holding a tripod at what is equivalent to 397 millimeters. Gotta love grizzly bears. Got a perfect angle on it right now. Great to show the 102 megapixel sensor. So it's really impressive. So Fuji have released a lot of lenses today, and one of them is the 500mm f5.6. It's an absolute massive monster of a lens, but it's lightweight, super sharp, f5.6, and it's for the GF system. Something to be said here is how lightweight this 500mm is. If you're talking about a 500mm f5.6 on a medium format sensor, I would have expected it to be massive and heavy. Yes, it is over the 1 kilo mark, but you're really expecting it on a prime. It is slightly bigger, but the weight of it is brilliant actually. I will admit, I do really like this screen as well. That pops out both this way, and then you can also pop it out that way. That's really great for when you want to get portraits down low. I was in a situation earlier where I was taking a photo of a rhino and I could only get it through a bush, and I actually managed to get the photo because I could actually get down low enough and bring out the screen. 8 stops of image stabilization, which is perfect for when you've got a lens like this and you need to, and on a day like this especially, you need to have a little bit more chance for exposure. We've just got a beautiful shot of a robin, and that being 102 megapixels. I genuinely can't wait to have a look on my computer later at the actual photo. Here we are at now the lion enclosure. They're just on top of the hill. Gonna get some stills, gonna get some video of this. Really majestic creatures. If you were to ask me a week ago, would I ever use medium format for doing wildlife photography, I probably would have responded, I don't see it, because the lenses are going to be massive and it's going to be pretty hard to achieve decent quality. What Fujifilm have done here, have released a 500mm that is of similar size to the 500mm Sigma f5.6 full frame, just a little bit bigger of course, but not much real difference, and at least it feels that way in weight.
And on that note, what I found crazy is the fact there's only 10 grams in between the Sigma and the GFX, the GFX being slightly heavier. And that difference is mad when you consider the GFX is a medium format and the Sigma is a full frame.
GFX100s Mark II. Its viewfinder is excellent. The image quality, from what I saw on the back of the camera, that's some of the best image quality that I've seen to date, really. Again, when it comes to you shooting medium format cameras, you are expecting a certain kind of look, a certain kind of style to the quality of footage and photos that you get out of it, and you really do get that in this camera. The other thing that I'm impressed by on this camera is the image stabilization as well. What was crazy about this, and I was just speaking to some of the Fujifilm reps here today, is apparently they've actually managed to get a still shot up to a 60th of a second at 500mm with the image stabilization that's built in, and that's incredible, really. Lowest that I really went was about 160th, and now for wildlife that's not necessarily a shutter speed that I would actually really want to dip to, and especially on a full frame. So I can't help but be impressed Fujifilm, with the current iteration, the current new cameras, have been absolutely killing it, and especially when it comes to the film simulations as well. I feel like if I went and edited the RAW, that would be great, but just looking at the images just straight out of camera, I'm impressed. It's lovely. It's nice to have the new simulation modes built into the camera, and they're actually releasing them to all current models later on this year, which again, that's awesome. Great to hear them kind of listening and responding to what people really want in the camera as well. And I must admit, I really want one, purely because it actually fits in my hand properly, unlike most other cameras. And that's something to say there as well. When it comes to the overall build of the camera, it doesn't necessarily have everything I'd want. I'd want a full HDMI in there if I was thinking about using it for video. It's not really a video camera, but more and more people are using it for video because it gives you that more medium format look that you would otherwise spend about 100 grand on anyway. This is of course 6.2K, which is still excellent. I got some great shots here today with the image quality just straight out of the camera. I didn't use F-Log, I didn't necessarily need to, and I didn't necessarily want to either. It was the experience that I enjoyed with the camera which I think counts the most, and I think that's what Fuji have down to the ground, just across the board, really. That's my thoughts on the camera, at least right now. We are going to be going on a safari later. You would have seen those shots already, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, follow and subscribe if you want to see more. Have a good day.